one of those things that just reaches people. And I feel like opera kind of specifically has that effect on everyone. It's pure, it's raw, and it's beautiful. I do feel like we're making it so everyone can enjoy it. My name is Alexis Kreger, and I'm an opera singer, a member of the Opera Collective. We're about 30 right now. We come together 2 to 3 times a week to bring opera to the people. We sing in the subways of New York City. My mom used to always listen to the Met broadcasts. When I was 14, she took me to the Met for the first time, and Queen of the Night came on stage, and I saw her, and I said, that's what I want to do. Most people do have that initial feeling of, oh, opera, I don't like opera, what is this opera? But bringing opera to the subway really makes it for everyone. And it really makes it something that people feel like they can connect with. It's one of those places where people just go by every day, all day long, and so you really get to see all walks of people. We've had people come and stand or sit for practically the entire time we're there. We had a note that was given to us by a girl who was really not doing that well that day. She was sitting on one of the benches, and she was there for probably close to 2 hours. And at the end of it, she came up and put this note along with some change into the bucket. Basically, she had said that she had been contemplating suicide, and listening to us sitting there and hearing that music, it changed her mind. And that's why we do this. I'm so happy that we can make that sort of impact. You know, it's a really beautiful thing.
Walking down this quiet street in Brooklyn, you'd never know that inside this building, within this tiny apartment, music is made. Meet Evan and Luke. They're longtime friends and roommates.
Evan and I have been living together here for, how many years have we been living together, man?
About a year and a half.
A year and a half.
And once a month, in only about 500 square feet, they manage to pile in up to 60 musicians for the ultimate recording session.
I think we should put 5 or 6 people in the bathroom.
For each arrangement, we record it in about 3 hours and post it online.
A lot of people's reactions are that it seems crazy, and it is crazy.
To pull this off, first, they have to uproot their humble abode.
Anything that is not involved in making music has to go.
We take all the furniture out, we take most of the doors off. It's just all about making as much room and as much sight lines as possible.
It really just looks like chaos. There's mic stands everywhere. The floor is littered with music stands.
I'm a little worried about this, though. There's not a single inch to spare.
And that's because they make way for the strings, woodwinds, horns, percussion, and a full chorus. Yeah, that's a marimba in the kitchen. But why?
I wanted an opportunity to record a bunch of people at the same time. Luke wanted an opportunity to hear his arrangements played, and so we just invited a bunch of people over.
And although it seems unconventional, there's a reason for the madness.
We're trying to change the way that you might see an orchestra play. There is a special dynamic and a feeling in the room that you won't get in a recording studio or in a public venue.
It's this unique sound and sense of community that has attracted musicians from all over the country to participate.
There's definitely something really exciting about the idea that this shouldn't really be possible.
It's a really unique experience, and I think that people are drawn to that.
And so they keep at it.
It's a real kind of jarring, wonderful experience every time, and we love it.
And I bet the neighbors must love it too.
They're lucky they're good.
Nestled in between the Skincare Love Beauty Spa and Advani's Pest Control School here in Elmhurst, Queens, is Indo Java, a 2-aisle mini-mart for all things Indonesian. But every Tuesday, it turns into the city's smallest restaurant with truly authentic Indonesian food.
Hi! Welcome to Warung Selasa.
You're in luck. You got the best table in the house.
This is the one. Have a seat.
It's also the only table.
My name is Dewi Chayadi. I'm the owner of the Indo Java. We opened Indo Java 10 years ago. Every Tuesday, I cook right here for all the customer. We call Warung Selasa, so it means Tuesday food stall.
This little soubrette turned one-table pop-up restaurant isn't complete without one of the smallest kitchens in the world.
Our kitchen is very tiny. It's a love kitchen because just enough for 2 person.
2 people might be a stretch. It's half the size of a broom closet, but it doesn't stop Dewi from whipping up classic Indonesian fare like gudeg and rendang ayam.
Just like the original.
Yummy. Before, there is non-Indonesian store. It's difficult to find the ingredient from Indonesia and we miss the community. If we have a store, the Indonesian people will come here and then we still can talk Indonesian language. That's our dream, and then now it's happened. I'm not the professional chef. I don't have any education chef background, so I just learned from my mom. In the restaurant, the chef always hide in the kitchen. I like talk with the customer when I serve the food so we can sharing the story. They always say it, next week I have to come again.
What do you call a group of cats? Oh, let me check on that. It's called a clouder of cats.
If you have a question, any question, there's a number you can call.
917-275-6975.
And a librarian at the New York Public Library will try to answer it for you.
Hello, thanks for calling Ask NYPL.
We have 10 librarians on the team, and we answer any question that you may have over the telephone. In the office today, we have Matthew, Bernard, Serena, Diane, and me. Our department, Ask NYPL, began in 1967. We started answering questions over the telephone, but people have been reaching out to librarians for as long as there have been libraries.
The New York Public Library has actually saved records of some of the more interesting questions they've been asked over the years. Like, is there a full moon every night in Acapulco? Why do 18th century English paintings have so many squirrels in them, and how do they tame them so they wouldn't bite the painter? Are Plato, Aristotle, and Socrates one and the same person? In a world of Google, it's a bit surprising to know that they get around 30,000 calls per year. My question is, why?
Oftentimes people might not have access to the technology at home, and I honestly think some just want somebody to talk to.
So the next time you have a question, like, how many teeth does a great white shark have? You can call this number,
917-275-6975.
That'll ring inside of this building, up on this floor, And maybe Bernard or Rosa will pick up, and they'll answer it for you.
They have about 300 serrated teeth.
New York's a tough city to live in. It always has been. Wait, see if we can hear them. The old saying, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. I think because the birds have made it here. I mean, they've endured this far. My name is Steve Baldwin, and I've been tracking the wild parrots of Brooklyn for about 10 years now. Those two look sort of frisky. It's not really their mating season, but Myopsida monachus, the monk parakeet, native to Argentina. And as far as we know, something happened at Kennedy Airport in 1967 or 1968. It appears that a crate full of parrots arrived from Argentina. Something went wrong. A bunch of them escaped. They came to Brooklyn College right here. We've got an incredible cast of parrots here today. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're smaller than a pigeon, but larger than a sparrow. You know, the only kind of parrots that build these freestanding structures. These nests can get up to the size of small cars. It's methodical work. It's twig after twig after twig. Parrots are sort of the primates of the bird world. They're smart, they're communicative. They eat almost anything that's available to them, so they're perfectly set up really to thrive in a place like Brooklyn. Even though it's not where they came from, they've adapted extremely well. You have to, I think, have a certain fiber of steel to make it in this town, and I think the parrots have those qualities.